Welcome to MTA Queensland's Industry Newsletter. This week, I'm sitting here with Ian from Nanotech Technology with a real solution for you. You've heard of us talk about, you've seen the media, you've seen all of the reports around the awful trend of the theft of catalytic converters across our industry, across consumers. And the challenge has been catalytic converters aren't marked in any way. There's no serial numbers, so it's hard for police when they find people with catalytic converters in their hand to be able to prove where they came from. Well, it turns out there's a pretty simple solution. Ian, tell us about Nanotech.
We've got the solution. We've had the solution for many years. We've been applying.
Now you tell me.
Applying it to motor vehicle components since 2000.
Yep.
In those days, it was Yamaha,
Yep.
it was Subaru, it was BMW, it was Audi, it was all sorts of people. And the trend has gone all the way around the world. Is now a compulsory in every vehicle in South Africa. So it's an old technology, but what we've done is we've recreated it. Something old is something new again.
Good.
So what we've done with the catalytic converter issue, I read your article in the Gold Coast newspaper, and that got me on my bike, and I thought, well, the guys that's saying this to you, we don't have a solution, or we're looking for a solution. I thought, well, we've got a solution.
Yeah, didn't know about it.
So I went down to the FCAI in Melbourne and spoke to 40 people in the room, and they said, look, we don't endorse products. I said, this is not an endorsement of a widget, a bull bar, or a reversing camera. This is a community responsible problem. This is an issue. So we're providing a solution which is good for you, good for the community, good for everything. I said, I don't care how many dot manufacturers come in on this, but you really need to make a decision on going forward and applying identification to, first of all, your catalytic converters. And so I didn't get anywhere there. I then wrote to you guys, and then I was invited up here to talk to you and to display. And from then on, I've got the Channel 10 came up today. They're very interested. So the technology is we will apply microdots. The company will apply microdots to a catalytic converter. For example,
They'll be visible?
they are barely visible.
Okay. I don't mind if they're visible, but sure.
They are, they're overt and covert at the same time.
Yep.
They're 0.5 of a millimetre. They're tiny little things.
Yep.
So what they do, the way of reading the dot in the past was you use a microscope. So I can't imagine getting under a car with a microscope and trying to get onto a catalytic converter, or...
Not if it's already been stolen.
No, catalytic converters in a big pile somewhere. So we went out of our way about a year and a half ago to develop a whole new way of reading dots. The issue with reading dots in the past has been there's no online database. A dot could not be connected to a database. So you'd find something in the field, you look at it and say, there's the number. And what do you do after that?
Okay. Well, what do they do now?
What do they do now? We've developed an app. We've got the patents in for the app and a new Wi-Fi camera reader. So let's just say ABC Motor Company wants to do 5,000 catalytic converters. We would supply them 5,000 individual numbers. Those individual numbers would represent the pots of dots or whatever number, whatever they want to sell. It could be a spray can, it could be something. Anything in what they order would be the same, would be the dot number.
Therefore, it's traceable.
It's traceable. They would register it, they would apply it to their data, to whatever's going out of their factory, and away they go. Down the track, there are thefts, and they're in a big pile in a shed somewhere.
Right.
So the cops walk in and they've got our new Wi-Fi reader pen, and they say, we don't need to go like this. We just open our app on our phone, and we just put this thing here, and it'll tell us. It'll open the database, tell us the dot number, and then go to the XYZ Motor Company and say this was registered against VIN number such and such, such and such, and such day.
Boom.
So it gives a firm record online.
So that's fantastic. We keep these videos short and sweet. We're going to be working on this technology. We're going to have a good look at it, and then when you're ready, we'll start rolling out some more information to members. If you need any more information, certainly contact Ian direct or contact us. See you next week.